want to take time to appreciate everybody that came out to the 2020 Mills County Fair 4-H and FFA Sheep Show. We're going to go ahead and get this started. That better? We're going to go ahead and get this started with the senior showmanship class. Senior showmen enter the ring. I have 5 participants: Madison Barrett, Blake Bobbin, Alyssa Brummer, Creighton Deichler, and Zach Zielstra. The judge today is Austin Nothweir from Clarinda, Iowa. Austin runs a 400-head commercial sheep operation down by Clarinda. As a reminder to people in attendance today, there is hand sanitizing stations and hand washing stations throughout the fairgrounds, and we ask everybody to the best of their ability practice social distancing, and if you're not able to do that, you have the option to wear a face covering. If we can have intermediate showmen on deck, please. Intermediate showmen on deck. As a reminder to all 4-H participants, please sign up by 12 noon on Monday for the 4-H premium auction that'll be held Monday evening.
Morning. Thanks for having me here in Mills County today. I appreciate the opportunity to come evaluate your sheep show. Our first class here of senior showmen, I think they've all done a really nice job. We're going to go ahead and use the young lady here on the end as your champion. I think she really does a good job of presenting that lamb as she walks around the ring. The head is always up. She's obviously put in a lot of work with this one all summer. Is very well trained, so she's going to be your champion. Young man here in the middle is going to be your reserve. He really gets a nice brace on that lamb. We maybe get stretched out just a little bit sometimes, but overall, I think he does a nice job too. So let's give all these kids a round of applause.
Your champion senior showman, Alyssa Brummer. Reserve champion senior showman, Creighton Deichler. Our next class that'll be entering the ring will be intermediate showman. We'll have 3 participants, Riley Bainter, Audrey Bobbin, and Shayna Fisher. Intermediate showman in the ring, junior showman on deck, junior showman on deck. tomorrow from 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. There will be a breakfast sponsored by Triple F Farms and Flatiron Laundry. This will be before the goat show that starts at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Another nice class of intermediate showmen here. The young lady here on the end is going to be your champion. I think she just does a really nice job. She's another one that's obviously put in a lot of time. It's hard to come in first in the ring. A lot of times those lambs don't want to come into a new place and walk without somebody in front of them, and she's done a really good job of that. She gets the lamb set up. She gets a good brace on that lamb, so yeah, she'll be your first place intermediate. Young lady here in the third hole here is going to be your reserve today. She gets a nice brace on that also, so yeah. But all the kids have done a real great job, so let's give them all a round of applause.
Champion Intermediate Showman Audrey Bobbin, Reserve Champion Intermediate Showman Shayna Fisher. The Intermediate Champion Showman Trophy is sponsored by Laverne and Pam Obrecht, and the Reserve Intermediate Champion Showman is Anne Marie McVeigh Memorial. Entering the ring now is Junior Showman. Junior Showman will be entering the ring. There are 3 participants for junior showmanship: Mackenzie Barrett, Livia Jackson, and Maxton Jackson. Share a Sheep Class 1 on deck. Share a Sheep Class 1 on deck.
We got three junior showmen out here, and I think they're all doing a great job, so let's give them all a round of applause to start off. Young lady here on the end is going to be your champion junior. She just did a really good job of getting her lamb, set up, and she's obviously worked a lot here this summer. And she really pays attention to where I'm at, and just doing a really nice job. The lady here in the middle is going to be your reserve. She really gets a good brace on that lamb. And the young man here, nothing to take away from him. He's doing a good job too. His lamb maybe isn't wanting to cooperate quite as well today, but all three of them done a great job. So let's give them all a round of applause.
Your champion junior showman, Mackenzie Barrett. Reserve champion showman, Livia Jackson. For people in attendance that may not necessarily be from Mills County, the next two classes are what we call a Share a Sheep program, and it's a program that three families were instrumental in pulling together. And how that works is you have individuals that may not be able to have the ability to house a large animal at their place because they live in town or they don't have the space for it. And in 2015, Mark and Julie Schoening, Andrew and Dave Hilton, and the Robert and Charlene Boehm family came up with this program where Mark and Julie purchased lambs from Robert and Charlene to afford these children the opportunity to experience 4-H. And over the course of the last 5 years, the program has grown, and after participating 2 years in this program, if they have the ability to house that animal at another place, they are provided a scholarship where they can purchase a lamb, feed supplies, show supplies, to continue the Mills County Fair Sheep Show to grow as we have exhibitors graduate out of the program. So out of appreciation, I have 3 plaques for these 3 families, and I'll call the families up one at a time, but if I could get everybody to put their hands together in appreciation for these 3 families. If I can get Mark and Julie Schoening to come to the front to accept their award. Charlene Boehm is going to come accept the award on behalf of her family, and Dave and Andrew Hilton are accepting the award on the behalf of them. Once again, without these people, we wouldn't be able to continue to maintain and or grow the sheep program in Mills County. Thank you. Now entering the ring will be the first year Share a Sheep Showman. It's in 2 classes. We have the first year members in Class 1 and the second year members in Class 2. Class 1, we have Audrina Johansson, Kayla Street, Jack Davis, Linnea Longchea, Jolie Johnston. As a little background on the Share Sheep program, the individuals come out 2 to 3 times a week, and we go over everything from nutrition, feeding, vet care, washing, shearing, you name it, from scratch, for your sheep project. So as an amateur MC, I neglected that this is Class 2, not Class 1. So my apologies. Class 2, you have Leighton Fulton, Rosalind Johansson, Cassidy Romeyer Pratt, Grant Sorensen, cancel. This year's lambs for the Share Sheep program came from Adam and Sarah Vandeventer over by Trainer, Iowa. So I also want to thank them for partnering with us in the Share Sheep program. the Share a Sheep program is obviously a learning experience. So as we go through both Share a Sheep classes, the winner that is chosen is a combination of what they've learned on showmanship skills as well as ringmanship with the lamb.
Okay, I really enjoyed coming out and evaluating your Share a Sheep program. I think this is a great opportunity for kids that maybe didn't grow up on a farm or on a sheep farm to get valuable experience with livestock. And I commend your county and your sponsors especially for sponsoring this kind of an activity. So all these kids, I think, have done a great job. They've obviously worked with their lambs and they've learned a lot about these sheep and they've spent quite a bit of time with them. But we're going to have to pick one here today, so we're going to go ahead and pick this young lady right here. She's going to be your champion today. Let's give them all a round of applause.
Straight or street? Your class winner was Kayla Straight for the second year program. Entering the ring now will be your second class of Share a Sheep, which are first year members. Class 1 breeding lambs on deck. Class 1 breeding lambs on deck. The Sheriff Sheep class is sponsored by the Robert Boehm Memorial. Tonight at 5:30 at the Lakin Building, there will be a free barbecue at the Lakin Building. Social distancing and all CDC requirements will be followed at that time. Before Austin goes out and selects the class winner here, if I could get the crowd to appreciate this group of kids. Keep in mind, this is the first time they've ever worked with a large animal livestock project. So they've put a lot of effort in. They've stuck with it. It's been 90 degrees almost the whole time they've been able to come out and work with them. And both classes have stuck with this project. Second year, obviously came back the second time, but these guys, first time doing it, and they did a great job. So if we can give them a round of applause.
Once again, like he said, I think this is a great program, and really want to commend these kids for getting out and trying something new and learning to work with animals. I think it's kind of what the 4-H program is all about. We've got one young person out here who I think is just really knowledgeable and has clearly done a lot of work and really just kind of been into it here. So the young lady here on the end is going to be your class winner in this class. Let's go ahead.
Your class winner is Jolie Johnston. The next class entering the ring will be Class 1 ewe lambs, lightweight ewe lambs, heavyweight ewe lambs, Class 2 on deck, heavyweight ewe lambs on deck. There's 3 entrants in this class. Mackenzie Barrett and Alyssa Brummer has 2 entries.
Three nice ewe lambs here to start out our ewe show. We're going to go ahead and leave them the way they came in. Young lady here, really appreciate this ewe lamb on the move. She just really holds herself together nicely. She's really balanced front to rear. I like the depth in that one's flank. There's a few things we'd like to change about her. Really like to give her a little more in that upper rib shape, but a really nice ewe lamb to start the class. Young lady here with our second place ewe lamb, really an extended feminine kind of a female. We'd like to stouten up her bone work and drop her down that flank to move her up into the first place hold today, but certainly a ewe lamb that's worthy of that second place spot. Young lady coming in here third, a ewe lamb that's really structurally pretty good. She just gives up some mass and some overall capacity today to move her up into to the top 2, but 3 really nice ewe lambs, and let's give these young ladies a round of applause.
First place ewe lamb, Class 1, Alyssa Brummer. Second place ewe lamb, Alyssa Brummer, Class 1. Class 2, we have 3 entries. Creighton Deichler, Shayna Fisher, and Zach Zielstra. At the conclusion of Class 2, first and second place from Class 1 and first and second place from Class 2 ULAMs will come back for champion ULAM and reserve champion ULAM.
Three really nice ULAMs come out here in our heavyweight ULAM class. We're going to go ahead and use the young lady here as our champion for the class. Really appreciate this one when she moves around the ring. Just really a high capacity, heavy muscle kind of a U that really holds herself together on the move. So a really nice class winner. Young man here, a ULAM that really follows in type and kind pretty well. We might just like to pick her up in that chest floor when she's on that profile view a little bit, make her a little bit taller fronted to move her up any higher. Young man here in third, a ULAM that we really appreciate the capacity of this one. She's got a big top in her. She's got a round rib. We really like that. She just gets a little off balance from a profile view also. We'd like to add a little more dimension to that lower leg and clean up that chest floor just a little bit. So let's give all these kids a round of applause.
Your Class 2 class winner, Shayna Fisher. Second place, Creighton Deichler. Those two will hang around in the ring to compete with the Class 1 first and second place for the overall champion ULAM and reserve champion ULAM.
quite a big give and take here in our Champion U drive here. We're going to go ahead and use the young lady here with your heavyweight champion. She's going to be your Champion U today. Really like just the base width, the capacity, and the overall muscle on that one. It gets a lot closer as we go into reserve here. A lamb here that won our lightweight class. Really appreciate this one on the move. She just really paints a pretty profile when she gets on the move. However, when I get behind her, she disappoints me a little bit. We'd sure like to round her up in that rib cage and just give her more dimension of muscle over the top and down through that leg. So we're going to go ahead and use the young man here with our reserve and our heavyweight for reserve ewe lamb. So let's give those kids a round of applause.
Champion ewe lamb Caleb Fisher, reserve champion ewe lamb Creighton Deichler. Now entering the ring would be yearling ewes enter the ring. One entry for yearling ewes, Blake Bobbin. At the conclusion of the ewe lamb class, we will have the selection of the Supreme Champion breeding ewe and Reserve Supreme Champion breeding ewe.
Single entry here in our yearling ewes. The things I really appreciate about this ewe, she's really free and easy on the move, really good structurally in that standpoint. When I get my hands on her, she's surprisingly heavy muscled through her loin area. We just really like to kind of change a few things. We'd like to give her more dimension to that lower leg. We might like to make her a little squarer out that dock, but certainly a nice project for this young man. Let's give him a round of applause.
Blake Bobbin had first place yearling ewe, who will stay in the ring now with our champion ewe lamb and our reserve champion ewe lamb for selection of Supreme Champion breeding ewe and Reserve Supreme Champion breeding ewe.
three nice ewes out here in our ewe drive today. We're going to go ahead and use the young ladies' ewe lamb for champion. Really appreciate a lot of things like we've talked about in class on that one. And we're going to go ahead and use the young man's reserve ewe lamb as your reserve champion ewe. So let's go ahead and give those kids a round of applause.
Supreme champion ewe shown by Shayna Fisher. Drawing a blank there, sorry. Supreme champion ewe lamb shown by Shayna Fisher. Reserve supreme champion shown by Creighton Deichler. Next class will be Ram Lambs. We have two entrants, Mackenzie Barrett and Sarah Richardson. Class 1 market lambs on deck. Class 1 market lambs on deck. Class 1 market lambs on deck, 5 entrants.
Two really different types of sheep out here in our Ram Lamb class. Certainly lambs that have two different purposes in life, so it's a little bit some challenges there. We're going to go ahead and use the ewe lamb here with the Hamp appearing lamb. Really a sheep that is good through that front third, got plenty of muscle up over the top, and we certainly appreciate that about him. If we were going to change him a little bit, he gets up under himself a little bit on those rear legs, so we might like to adjust that a little bit, but certainly a nice lamb to win the class. Young ladies lamb coming out here with a dark colored Ram lamb. Certainly one that said he's only 3 months old, is going to get better as he goes on with more days on feed here, but a lamb that just needs a little more muscle shape to move up any higher in the class today. So let's give both these young ladies a round of applause.
Mackenzie Barrett with the champion Ram Lamb, Sarah Richardson with reserve champion Ram Lamb. the Supreme Champion Commercial U trophy sponsored by Jamie and Buddy Thompson. Reserve Champion Commercial U sponsored by Agerland FS. Now entering the ring will be Class 1 Market Lambs. We have 5 entrants. Audrey Bobbin, Alyssa Brummer, Blake Bobbin, Mackenzie Barrett, and a second entry for Blake Bobbin. Class 2 Market Lambs on deck, 5 entries. Class 2 Market Lambs on deck, 5 entries. Class 2 Market Lambs on deck. Class 2 Market Lambs on deck. 5 entrants.
I think we've got a fairly easy winner in our lightweight market lamb class. Young lady here is going to be your class champion. That's a sheep that I really appreciate for the amount of dimension this one's got. That lamb's starting to put a little fat cover on, unlike the other 4 lambs here who are just awfully green. Young lady here in second place, really a big frame, long body kind of a sheep that is probably got more muscle than the 3 down below her, just doesn't quite keep up with our class winner as far as muscle dimension. And I told these young kids here, these 3 lambs on the end, they're just super green. They just need more days on feed. Another 30, 45 days, I think we could probably move them up in class. So let's give all these kids a round of applause.
Market class, weight class 1, first place, Alyssa Brummer. Class 2 Market Lambs, entering the ring now with weight class 3 market lambs on deck. Class 2 entering the ring, weight class 3 on deck. Tomorrow morning at 8:30 will be the 4-H and FFA Goat Show tomorrow morning at 8:30. Horse Show at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning as well. Tuesday, July 14th will be the 4-H and FFA Livestock Premium Auction at 4 p.m. So if we can get the word out to prospective buyers and bidders, businesses and individuals alike to help support our 4-H and FFA kids through what's been a very challenging 2020 year, that would be appreciated.
Really a nice class of market lambs here. And there's certainly some give and take up on the top end. The young man I'm going to use, really a sheep that I appreciate, just sheer amount of muscle, really good in that rib shape on that sheep. You get your hands on it, really handles near ideal, and just really super square as that one moves around the ring. If I was going to change her any, I'd sure like to pick her up in that chest floor just a little bit to make her ideal, but really a nice lamb to start the class there. Young lady here coming in second, a lamb that when it hit the ring I was really impressed with. Certainly a sheep that's good profile, really like the front third of that sheep. When I get my hands on it, just doesn't present the sheer volume and muscle as our first place lamb. Same thing can be said here with our third place sheep. Another one that's really good through that front third. Just when you get your hands on it, just a little bit disappointing compared to our class winner here. Come down, young lady with the smallest frame lamb in the class, a sheep that is really a heavy muscle kind of a sheep. Impressive when you get your hands on that one. Just doesn't quite have quite the dimension, quite the muscle pattern as some of these up above us to move up any higher. And then the young lady here that's going to be in fifth, really a high quality, heavy muscled, high capacity kind of a sheep, just doesn't quite present that show ring profile from the side that we're looking for today. So let's give all these kids a round of applause.
Class 2 market class winner Creighton Deichler. Now entering the ring will be market lambs in market class 3. 5 entrants: Zach Zielstra, Audrey Bobbin, Alyssa Brummer, Madison Barrett, and Livia Jackson. Class 4 market lambs on deck. Class 4 market lambs on deck. As a reminder to everyone in attendance, there are hand washing stations and hand sanitizer stations located throughout the fairgrounds, as well as buildings, livestock barns, etc.
Another competitive class of market weathers here. Going to go ahead and use the young lady's lamb here to start the class. A lamb that I really appreciate as you get this one on the move. Just a lamb that when I get my hands up over the top of it, I'd really like to see a little more muscle shape working down her top, or his top, as opposed to our second place lamb, really high dimension kind of a sheep, just a sheep that just doesn't really hit you hard from a profile standpoint. Coming down here to our third place lamb, another heavy muscled high capacity sheep, just a sheep that we'd really like to lift up in that chest floor and move up any higher in the class today. And we've got two lambs down here in fourth and fifth that I think are going to keep getting better. They're just big frame lambs. They're not quite there as far as fat cover and muscle dimension today. So another 30, 45 days on feed, and I think they'll move right on up the class. So let's give all 5 of these kids a round of applause.
Class winner for Market Class 3, Alyssa Brummer. Now entering the ring would be Market Class 4. We have 5 entrants. Creighton Deichler has 2 entries. Maxton Jackson, Zach Zielstra, and Shayna Fisher, Market Class 4. At the conclusion of Market Class 4, first and second place from the 4 market classes will re-enter the ring for the Grand Champion Market Lamb and Reserve Champion Market Lamb. Sunday, July 12th, will be the 4-H and FFA Beef Show, starting at 9 a.m. as you're walking the fairgrounds during this week, if you notice 4-Hers and FFAers that are going above and beyond and helping fellow members, whether it's in the wash rack or taking them to and from the ring or just going above and beyond, please be sure to turn their name in for recognition to the 4-H and Extension FFA office. This award is the Helping Hands Award.
Another real nice class of market lambs. Young man here that we're going to use to start the class, just a really heavy muscle kind of a sheep, moves around the ring, holds himself together really well, a wide base kind of a sheep. If we were going to change him a little bit, he gets under himself a little bit on those rear legs, but certainly a nice lamb to win the class. Coming to second and third, two lambs that are real similar in their type and kind. They just don't quite have that show ring appeal as what our lamb in first place here does, but certainly two really heavy muscle kind of lambs to be in second and third. Come down here, our dark fibered wether in fourth, just a lamb that just doesn't quite have that square dock, doesn't quite have that base width of our top three to move up any higher in the class. And then a real production-oriented kind of a wether here in fifth. Just really like to round him up in that rib. He gets a little bit flat, lift him up in that chest floor to move him any higher today. Let's give all these kids a round of applause.
Market Class 4 winner Creighton Deichler. Now we'll need first and second place from all four market classes to re-enter the ring for the selection of the grand champion and reserve grand champion market lamb. The grand champion trophy is sponsored by Glenwood Area Chamber of Commerce. The grand champion banner is sponsored by Leroy and Kelly Stortenbecker. The reserve champion market lamb is sponsored by Heartland Co-op, and the reserve grand champion banner is sponsored by Mark and Julie Schoening. Tuesday, July 14th, we will have, Monday, July 13th at 8:30 a.m., the swine show in the show arena, Monday at 8:30.
Before I select your champion market lamb, I think we need to give a round of applause to all the fair board members and volunteers for sticking it out this summer and going to a lot of extra work to put on a fair this year. I'd also like to, say something to the kids and all the families out here. With a lot of uncertainty this summer, and nobody really knew for a while there if we were going to have shows. Your dedication to these animals, to the project. The 4-H program is not all about, here on show day. It's about letting the animals, the sheep, raise our kids rather than us raising the sheep. So I applaud everybody here to sticking it out and learning the life lessons that go along with the livestock project. With that being said, we've got 8 really nice lambs out here. We've got some class champions. I think there's several here that are really standouts. So I'm going to go out and select your champion reserve.
your grand champion market lamb, Creighton Deichler, and reserve champion market lamb, Creighton Deichler.